Hello, everyone. This is Kev. Once again, we're here on a Monday night. Looks like we're probably going to be going into Tuesday by the time we're done. But um, anyway, this is BMBBH, and that BMBBH does stand for Black Men Being Brutally Honest. So, any of you that are watching at this point, as you walk in, please hit that like button. Hmm. Yeah, just want to speak for a second on this one little thing that I always see in spaces, social media spaces across the interwebs. And I don't know how people, I don't know how this, I don't know. I guess maybe we're just a little bit dumbed down, or maybe I'm the one that lacks the understanding. Because I always seek to be more about common sense than anything. Um, just want to let everyone know that. But just this whole the way we argue and the way we debate. Arguing is a curse word in this space. And when I hear the word argue, it usually refers to men arguing with women, and they say that you should not argue with women. I agree with you should not argue with anyone that's right. I'll say that much. Um, which makes it make sense, but you can't just let someone get away with being wrong or giving out horrible information. And I mean, you got to get out of your feelings about the gender part of it too. I mean, this got to get out of this term that we are using, gender war. You can't. No, I don't believe that we should be using that anymore. And it's just because it's not. It's just I don't know. It's just trying to come up with material, I guess. But I will say this. I will say this. Um, we're smarter than this. We always have been. I do believe that the majority of ADOS, African American, black people, I do believe that we are intelligent. I do believe that. I do believe that a lot of us just play dumb because it's either that or we're dealing with an insane way of thinking, which causes conversations such as these. And, black men, I mean, for whoever wants to listen, I get it. It's stressful, it's tiresome. So many people pushing back on what we try to present as our narrative. I get it. There's other things to do, such as talk about more important things, such as you tell me, since y'all know so much out there. Oh, I just use y'all. But of course, I'm not arguing against a boogeyman. That's what I'm gonna talk about here in a minute. Arguing against a boogeyman. I'm calling it out because when we watch this space, we watch many conversations. All right, get that fuck out. Okay. All right, we watch many conversations, and a lot of these people make conversation by trying to argue against a point that they're making themselves. Um, I'll give an example statement saying something like, "Them niggas believe that women should submit, if they don't have a job or make less money. Although there's no so-called N-word around that actually said that, there's no real evidence to point to that said that so-called N-word said any of that. But not only will this person argue against a point that they just came up with in their head, you'll have a following of people, no matter what, will just they'll believe it automatically. They'll be like, "Whoa, they said that for real? Them niggas." mm. I'm just saying. Well, how can you roll with a point that someone is making on their own with no one there? Also, what I've noticed is when, and I would say this is probably why some guys now, the authentic ones, say that they are tired of seeing men and women on panels because of the kinds of things that could happen. I've seen 4 dudes on a panel with a female. 4 dudes. She's just throwing out all this stuff about what she believes black men is. Okay? There's one guy actually siding with her. And I don't know, I think he was just messing with the other guys. I don't know, he couldn't have been serious. But the other 3 dudes were literally like, they're black men saying that, okay, whatever you're saying about black men, okay, we're not like that. And she just keeps saying this stuff. I was thinking for myself, okay, if I were on that panel, I would be thinking about how futile it would be to be on that panel. Because it's pretty obvious that there's a narrative being pushed. And if I gave any pushback, which I would have because it was garbage what she was saying. it was totally inaccurate. It was totally a complete misrepresentation of black men. Yet, there were black men present that were literally saying, "Oh no, it's not like that. We are black men. We don't believe that this is the way." Not they weren't talking about black women like, y'all always say black men do. Oh, y'all do is talk about black women. All y'all do is talk about female nature. And then in turn have about the same guys that say this shit will turn around and have 3 broadcasts about female nature, about how women move. I was like, I don't know. I mean, they're pretty quick. What we lack in physical. What I can see is what they lack in physical, they have in brain. What we lack in brain, we have in physical. As men. So, I mean, gotta stay on your toes. I would say that. But outside of that, that's it. Why would I care about female nature? I would just care about what I have observed, what my experiences are, and what the outcomes of those experiences. Whether they make those instances cautionary, but make sure that I learn from each and every experience. Don't make the same mistake too many times. Yeah. I don't know about some of you. Maybe it's just the way the younger crowd moves with this, and maybe it's just a way to communicate. The evolution or de-evolution of the conversation itself. I don't know. I just don't see any sensible way except for coming to the platform and speaking as if you have at least a tiny iota of common sense. Common sense would tell you that you don't have to win every argument and every scuffle. You don't have to yell. You don't have to argue with made up talking points. People literally, in front of other folks, will argue against themselves. And the people in the chat will roll with it. I was like, wow, is this what we are now? I don't know. Black men do this. A non-black person will say how black men move. A non-black person now, it could be a white man. Let's just say it's a white man. Could literally say that black men are this and fuck them and they're losers and all this other stuff, and there'll be black men and black women that'll be on board with that. Without a black man in sight that could push back to whatever the fuck that fucker's saying. And it's not something that we should be proud of or something that we should carry back to the quote unquote N word that we're ashamed of. No, we should be ashamed because we didn't curse that motherfucker out right then and there. We should never let an outsider come in and talk about our people. No matter how much, we felt about, no matter how much angst we felt toward each other. Camp Low, what's going on? Thank you for the super chat. I really appreciate that. Art New Style, Prepper 101, what's going on? So I'm not with it. I'm not with it. If you're the kind of person that lets a non-black person come in and talk about our people in a denigrating way, because here's the argument, and I keep hearing about this. I've never talked about it. I heard there was this white dude that stepped on a certain content creators panel and basically made the statement that that white guys' IQs were higher than black guys, and no black guy offered any pushback. And this has been used to shame the space quite often, not just those individuals in particular. And let me be honest with you. I've had a couple of Caucasian dudes up here, and this. I understand how to let them know their place within the conversation. I would never let them come up here and disrespect our people. But some people out there will. So I don't get you new people. I don't get you new N words, I guess. But let me show y'all something real quick. Let me show you this poll I ran the other day, and I'll get back to the topic. I just want to explain a few things because I put that poll together for just so we can have some actual discussion. And I mean, like, I don't believe that. I believe it was mostly black men that voted in that poll, but I believe some black women did too. So we have to give our sisters some credit. Like, they're integrated in this space whether we like it or not. Shakanulu. Here's the thing: people keep saying we shouldn't be people keep saying we shouldn't be talking about black people's problems, but stay talking about black people's problems on YouTube. Everyone can hear it. Everyone literally talks about black people problems. Every channel will sit there and complain about let's just say it, black men, black manosphere, talking about black people problems. Just like these guys that be like, oh, they always talking about women. And then, like I said, literally have these conversations about female nature. It's not even mind blowing. It's just stupid to look at. I would say it's just if you're going to talk about these things, stop bullshitting and stop acting like it's so wrong for other people to talk about it. And in fact, go to the people you want to talk about shit with. And it's like you're gonna get that conversation no matter where you go. I mean, just think about just talking about a group of men all the time. Just talking about men, always focused on men, always focused on the same sex. And then how that will eventually look, if it keeps persisting. Like, it's like, damn, we paying too much attention to men. Shit. The problem is easy to point out, but what about a solution? I would just say the solution is just a little act right. My solution has always been just to use some common goddamn sense. If you're gonna do certain things in your life that's fucked up, just expect fucked up outcomes. Shit. I mean, but one solution is we have to work on changing the mindset. Period. I mean, I'm not saying that for grown people. I'm saying that for people that we still have the opportunity to reach the younger crowd, and maybe someone that's a little older that just needs someone to talk to. They always stick the weight of the solutions of the black community on black men who are on social media, and I find it odd, but I also find it very respectful. I mean, for real, if if all of you believe that we are the solution to what goes on in the black community, if we're gonna lead you to this big old let's solve this problem, then I appreciate the respect that you're giving us. But, I do keep in mind one thing. You guys are black people, too. You have so much to offer, just like us, that you have put in charge of this incredible responsibility. Otherwise, you're just splaining and complaining. Hold on one second. Let me put on some of this StreamYard music. They gave it to us. Oh, man. So, like I say, I hope everybody's having a good week so far. I mean, it's just Monday, so you got pretty much the rest of this motherfucker to live. Let's see. All right, cool. All right, let me hit the screen share. I just want to talk about this poll for a second that I put up here. Because, I mean, there were no right answers in this. The question was, who or what was the worst thing that happened to the black community? Alright. So, the options were Ronald Reagan drugs, Joe Biden crime bill, street gangs, Oprah, use of WS media, the color purple, single motherhood, apathy. Okay, as you can see, is the results of the poll. And, wow. So, out of the subs of mine that voted, 42% of you voted single motherhood. 42. While 27% of you voted Ronald Reagan drugs, Joe Biden crime bill. The next one is Oprah, use of WS media, color purple. The next one after that is apathy. And the next one after that was street gangs. I'll explain each one of these. My vote is for apathy. Apathy just really simply means that people just really don't give a shit. And not giving a shit led to all of this stuff. I mean, we can talk about Ronald Reagan drugs, Joe Biden crime bill, but you also got to, you know, narrow that down to human choice and how we raised our children and the choices we made for ourselves. Now, systemically, it was a setup. We all know it was by design. Like, there's we talk all this shit about how black men lost, but we never talk about what factors led to supposed losing. But at the end of the day, it did all boil down to human choice. Did when all of this happened, did we adapt fast enough to it? And I guess the obvious answer is no. Street gangs, I'm really shocked street gangs didn't get more votes. I mean, because we are, many of us in this space understand where street gangs started from. It started from organizations, neighborhood organizations that just simply wanted to protect the people. But I mean, it got corrupted with drugs and killing and all that stuff that we cannot deny today. But it is like I said, maybe not too many people on this that are subbed have been impacted by street gangs. And I'm not gonna be like Fox News, like old girl said I was the other day, and just point out certain cities. So Oprah, use of WS Media, The Color Purple, stuff like that. My thing is, look, if you don't have the mental defenses to get through that, whoever fell for that is their fault. And if you really believe that's a problem, you can hold that person accountable. It's been like, I really hate when people start to feel like they could be outraged about something once it's mentioned on TV about 10, 15 times. Oh no, we need to be outraged about this group. And then they say it on TV 10 or 15 times, and all of a sudden all the people around you want to be like, yeah, we need to champion this group. That was the kind of thing I was alluding to. I mean, those were powerful presences in the media. And, people say that they're tired of hearing about it, but, it's true. It's facts. I'm sorry. But I was I put that there just to see where people would go. I mean, it did have impact, but that's not really the one you really should be voting for. I'm not telling you how to vote, but this right here is just, I don't know. What do y'all think? What do you think should have got the most votes? Because I knew that only certain people would understand what the apathy part actually meant. Saying, for instance, if you leave your mentality in the hands of a media that doesn't give a fuck about black people generally, so that's something you kind of deserve. Single motherhood. Yeah, that's a conversation that's been had in this space many, 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 many times, and it does have a negative impact. I'll say that. I mean, all of the problems, drugs, having to lock them little N-words up, street gangs, use of media, yeah, severe impact. All of that. But apathy, not having a care for for the people in general, because see, even right now in 2022, we don't really care about putting this community back together. It's just after everything that's happened, it's a huge amount of apathy at this point from everybody. It's like, people will come and tell me, Kev, don't waste your time. What can we do to get ourselves out of this? Now, as far as the solution that Camp Low says, has asked for, he said, what about a solution? Like I said, I'm stuck. The only solution I would say is just to use some common sense and survive. If you plan on bringing a child into the world, at least teach that little person to be responsible. I, I, I can't say that my motivations aren't selfish. I would just like a better community for my child to grow up in. I mean, shit. I put it out there, but at the same time, is we if you hear you're here because you're seeking something. Everyone that listens to these broadcasts, I mean, even if you're seeking entertainment, if you're just or you're hate watching, you're here for a reason. It serves some kind of purpose. Now, like I said, having made a black man space that grew in the thousands on Facebook, that the same thing. People would ask us that question. What solutions do you have for the black community? How are you guys going to save the black community? All these black men in one place. And while those conversations were going on, all of the conversations that, these shit on black men conversations invoked by these females would be going on as well. It was hyper weird because it seemed like the second that black men would start to get it together in whatever male space, then they'll start to troll you and say it's a circle jerk. One thing that a lot of you aren't facing, we can't get past, is that a lot of our people just don't like us. They just don't. I give you an example. I want to talk about this for a second because it made me uneasy. It made me uneasy. The whole. I hate to bring up other content creators, but I got to bring them up just to make this point right here. The Malik Zulu Shabazz and the Fresh and Fit altercation. Like, speaking as an older guy, I just didn't like the way the leader, so-called quote-unquote, of the new Black Panther Party carried himself into that situation. What he was trying to do was match up with youngsters. And, he defaulted to his nigga setting. He went full N-word. He went after the black features of Walter, and I never get that. Don't. If I am to insult a person, if they're fat, I'll use that, but I would never use anything about their blackness because I want to give people a reason to be in this motherfucker. I don't want to give anybody any more reason to leave than they already have through experiences in your lives. Because I'm not you, you're not me. All I know is what's the more fun outcome. That's it. That's what I'm here to tell you. What the more fun, common sense outcome. What I am here to tell you is stop telling black men to come up with a solution to something that obviously most of you guys are against. Because every time, someone offers a solution, people don't like it, and then we default to these, we go to these bad arguments, these bad talking points. Y'all just talk about women. Y'all just want to talk about women. It's just, I don't know. I don't know what the women should do. I don't. Like, here's what I'll say. They could just leave us the fuck alone, stop having our kids, whatever. Just, something. But the point I'm trying to make is when people do offer solutions, don't ball up and act like you don't like what the solution is. Simple. First of all, stop having kids you can't afford. Serious. That's for everybody. That can be a unisex statement. You can point that finger at single mothers. Yeah. Stop having kids you can't afford. Stop getting these hoes pregnant. Shit like that. We can't undo what's already been done. But for guys who haven't done it yet, hey, don't do it. Seek better options in your life besides going to school for 50 fucking years. You know, get a trade, get a skill. Learn how to start a business. I wish I had me to tell me this when I was much younger. Seriously. There's plenty of solutions we can discuss all day. It's for real. But y'all, you have to have the capacity to listen. And right now we have a culture of people who are against us or any solution that we want to offer. And look, I have to give those people respect too, because a lot of those people, although they are younger and they are very critical, a lot of them already have life figured out. You know, regardless of where you are in life, and I'm not talking to any particular person at this point, or where I am. A lot of these young people had this shit figured out. You know, a lot of us in the older generations, we fell short, and for some of us, it's too late. So that's what I'll say. The solution is just the toughest one is for black men to fortify and unite. It ain't about unite, take care of our women. Because if we unite, that'll fall into place automatically. For those of them who are loyal. But it's that. But you gotta stop saying shit like, and this is for everybody. You gotta stop saying shit like, "Oh man, that ain't gonna never happen." Even if it won't, even if it will never happen, we gotta stop willing that shit into existence. Speak positively. Get a little far. Anybody who's not with the program will weed themselves out. Or we will weed them out by the behaviors that we see. Now, some of you may believe that's something like, we'll weed out the guys that date white women. Nah, no. No, they're much more greasier snakes than someone who just simply does what they want to with their privates. I mean, you may not agree with that, but I'm sorry. You just have to watch patterns of behavior. I've met too many archetypes of people to not have this confirmed. But, you know, of course, nobody's working toward that kind of mentality. Black men aren't, I'm not going to say this, I'm not going to say we aren't going to fortify. Excuse me. But what I'm saying is, if everybody's going to go to other places for a conversation, bitching and moaning about what black men are not doing, and like I said, these conversations are pretty big, they're pretty numerous. There are lots of people watching. There are people that are on those panels saying bullshit, and it's spreading like a sickness. And this is a sentiment that has been expressed not only here on YouTube, but in the newspapers, in the media. I mean, and it's already a racist underculture that, you know, and overculture, by the way. So yeah, if black men went quiet into the night and kept our mouths shut, all of this bullshit would still go. No, there would be nothing in place that would shut these people up. They would still talk. Now, like for those guys, like these best friend niggas that's talking about, you know, whatever anti-manosphere babble that they want to talk about, you know, the silence of the black manosphere, the silence of black men on social media will not solve the problem. It won't. Because guess what? After it's your silence, then they go back to the they, the them, the black men do this. And then you got a bunch of dudes wondering why they can't go nowhere and get any respect. I'm not saying beg for respect, negotiate for respect. No. What we're basically doing here is saying that if there if it continues to be like this, and I'm not using the dumbass Q-Bud argument. I'm saying if it continues to this progression, if these kids don't understand why, at least they're not getting respect in certain settings, if we're not at least teaching them, at least to be cautious of it, just cautious. Not to say that you got to disrespect anybody, that you got to jump on anybody, that you got to kill anybody, because I don't recommend violence at all, even though, one of the more prolific figures in my life said that black people only understand two things: a good ass whooping and a good cussing out. I mean, it's a shame that things are that way, but if you really think about it, just for them to be cautious and to move on to other things, because a lot of people, the reason why this conversation is becoming more popular, I mean, and we had chances to do this, is because there are young people that are coming into this and they're wondering why they're facing the same issues. And in the past, the solutions were black male silence. The solution was black male silence. And what good did that do us? We're right back here. We're right back here. So I come here because of you guys. I'm not saying whatever conversation you're looking for, I think about all these topics because I understand that there is a problem. I'm not here to fight black women. Even though if they pick a fight with me, is nothing that can happen that's too bad over a Wi-Fi connection. So I'm allowed to explain myself. I'm not going to let anybody bully me or pick on me, male or female, so get over that one. I'm not here to fight black men. There's a lot of content creators that are here to beef and to fight with black men. I'm not one of those people. But if you try to beef with me, then that just very well be your problem. I may answer it in a video, but I'm not going to keep going back and forth with you. That's just how it is. We are all grown-ups. If you are in this space and you are over at least the age of 18, I would give you the benefit of being an adult. I can speak on that for me. I will give you the benefit of being a sensible adult. So that just simply means don't think you can just get away with saying something stupid. That's it. And seeing that I am I am an older guy, I expect the same treatment. If I say stupid shit, hold me accountable. Period. No one should be allowed to get away with saying stupid shit. I mean, but, you panderers believe different. So, I mean, it's whatever on that. Let me get some shout outs in the chat. Some shout outs in the chat. See Camp Low down there. Shakadoodle, they said the solution is one's own self. Camp Low. Camp Low say you can solve one man's problems, but how about many? Man, shit, I don't know, shit. Maybe you can solve many problems. I mean, but you have to have a willingness by the people You also have to have a tangible plan of execution. And this is just me talking off the top of my head. We're talking about the poll right here. Apathy happened because of actions. I voted Ronald Reagan crime bill. So many brothers, third strike rule. Raven Knight, single motherhood now pays as a career, tax free, free lodging, bonus cash payments, and lottery level payouts. And it stacks if you get a new seed. Well, legitimate processor says you are here for a reason. Regain your sovereignty. And we got one of them. So then he goes on to say, because your sovereignty most important in saving a community that doesn't like you. Yeah, I mean, I've tried telling people this in the past. Like, this community hates you. It does. So you save who you can. I said this several times before. Save the cooperative. And really, it's like you do less work with cooperative people. That's all I'm saying. Even if they look like you. Because it seems like they, no matter if they do look like you still got to kind of check them. All right. The Roger Report. Long live the habitual line steppers. Yeah, that's a very important saying right there. So you hear somebody in the space say "long live," it's supposed to follow with the habitual line stepper. So just want to put that out there. Legitimate process. The purpose of the space is to share compared notes, and from there, each of us can see what he will decide in his best interest. Yeah, plus, we also gotta understand that we're a bunch of grown-ups here. Like, it's okay to have these type of conversations. I mean, it's what the media, this is what the media has evolved into. More people making a decision to either they're gonna watch TV or they're gonna watch us. And let me give you an example. This Tasha K, Cardi B is like YouTube with mainstream media clash. I don't know the outcome of the case. I haven't even been watching, the lead attorney. I will see the thumbnail, but I'll just go to other things on YouTube, and that's nothing to him. That's no slight to him. It's just that I have not any real interest in the case itself. But the only thing I can say is this is an example of mainstream media versus YouTube, and more is definitely to come. So it just depends on the level of popularity. Now, you also getting back to the what I was saying about Malik Zulu Shabazz and the new Black Panther Party. They're kind of mainstreamy, and and he decides to clash with YouTubers Fresh and Fit, who weren't even that big that long ago, and now they just every week, every other day is something about them. So, like I said, this shit is getting to be a problem. Because the thing is, they're using this new statement: you're not a real celebrity. It's like, I don't know about it. I mean, personally, I don't care about this making me famous. I mean, I just want to get a slice like some other folks. But it's more important that we have to continue to let people know that there are still sensible black men out there. Because the narrative does not favor us at all. It won't. Don't expect it to. One thing that we do, and I see black people doing this all the time. One thing that we expect other groups to have our backs as far as the narrative. Like this is I'm about to drop this BMBBH news about this little girl who was shot and then she was thrown out on the road. Like, it's a messed up story. But one thing that I kind of objected to in the story is like we're always trying to bring in other groups of people, expecting that, to sway the same group of people into wanting to favor us a bit more. And I mean, and my whole point is stop going to other groups of people and begging them for respect. They're not going to see us in any other way except for the way that they have always been programmed in. And we have the audacity to beg them for respect, but we don't have any respect for our own people. And we can do that and breathe and chew gum and walk and do all that shit at the same time. So, Oh my God! I didn't mind the Roger report. Oh, goddamn, raining woman. Yeah. You can't be trying to time Roger out. Let me go and fix that right now. Hold on one second. Hey, raining woman, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. Let's see. There you go, Roger. There you go, Roger. But yeah, stop expecting other groups like white folks and, brown folks to accept us. Shit. When we can't even accept ourselves. We come at each other with all this dumbass shit. And then we believe and expect it like it's gonna turn out nice just because the person that's across from us look like us, and that's dumb shit at the end of the day. We gotta put it back together our damn selves. So what I'm gonna do is let me look at this. It's 50 minutes. There we go. So should I open the panel? Shoot, I haven't had a panel in a while. Shoot, let me see. Drop the link. What I can do is drop a link. Alright, there it is for anybody who wants to come up. If not, I'll just talk for a few more minutes and then I'll leave. But definitely so cool to be able to come here once again. Just a them, they argument. The black men do this argument. I'll tell you this much. If you're a black man and you are in the presence of someone that is doing that, and you know that black men don't do that shit that they're talking about, you should say something. And you don't do it in a hostile manner, because don't do it in a hostile manner. So, I mean, because then they'll go to like, oh my God, he's getting all emotional. Let me borrow that one too. But, y'all don't need me. Y'all don't need me to tell y'all that. I mean, I'm just saying all this stuff because they're saying you're stupid. I'm just gonna be brutally honest with you guys. They're saying that the black man is stupid. that we're stupid, and we can't talk about anybody else. So, um, like I'm the kind of person, I'm not gonna make up arguments to argue against. I'm not gonna say what they are saying. Here's what I like to do. I like to wait around and wait for them to actually say it, so I can put up the argument. Is if and when they actually say it. I can't say they are saying it and they are not present to say it, which is hilarious, by the way. So I'll give this a couple more minutes and then I'll go ahead and call it a night. You know, I don't know. I just haven't been doing very long broadcasts lately. This has been kind of a say what I'm going to say and then I just take off. Just take off. But this I've been seeing this across the space, and I know that I can only come here and say it. I can't go in the other those spaces and say it because if I go in those spaces and say it, I'll get timed out. It's almost immediate. Or if I'm a mod in one of those spaces, they might take my mod wrench from me. Not that I'm afraid to lose a wrench because I don't know. I just say what I feel. If it looks a certain way to me, then it is a certain way to me. If I see an apple sitting on the table, and I say that an apple is sitting on the table, then a goddamn apple sitting on the table. I'm not gonna say, hey guy, these conversations that you keep having, these little made up bandwagon conversations without pushback that you keep having. I mean, shit. I mean, shit. 1G salute. So there. Don't let nobody make up shit around you. Make them point to exactly where they got that shit from. I'm just saying for me, I'm not gonna be the person that's gonna be like, if I disagree with you, I'm just gonna sit there and let you say it. You're a grown up. You ought to be able to take the pushback. We're all grown ups here. If you're 17 years old in the space, I mean, you're a little young to be here. I'll just say that. If you're 18 on up, Kev said that he'll at least give you the benefit of an adult. So if you say something stupid, I will treat it like you said something stupid instead of saying, "Oh my God, they're 18. Oh my God, we should cut you a break." Okay, you can be stupid because you're 18. No, you should be telling no one that. Nobody that shit. Nah. Just like if you are 25 and you say something smart. Hey, wow, that was some real smart shit you said there. Hell, I could learn. I could learn from a person like you. Not just that. Not too many things because you're 25. But that right there. Yeah, that was smart. I mean, I'll give that person that benefit. Lotus Scalper. Oh boy. Every black woman feminist argument has been debunked. They are white supremacists. Yeah, that statement is true. I'll say that. And I mean, the arguments have been debunked. I mean, I would say if they say something like black men need to do better, and we as black men say stuff like black men need to do better, then I could say that is one that the feminist is close to correct on. It will probably be the intention of that being said, which will separate us. Yeah, I don't. Oh yeah, just for the record, I don't believe that feminism, you know, should be in the black community. Now, not feminine women. Now, don't get that mixed up because a lot of people will get that mixed up. Feminism and femininity are different. Those are different. I'm not saying that, a woman should lick my boots, but be at least assertive enough to keep yourself out of stupid shit. That's what I'll say for women. You know, you ain't got to crawl on your hands and knees. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. No, you ain't got to do all that. People have this argument like submission is like basically make a woman walk around in a maid uniform, possibly with the ass cut out, scrubbing the stove, having meals done on time, making sandwiches at the drop of a hat, washing and folding clothes, including dirty, funky drawers, rubbing the man's feet, giving him a back massage, and at the end of the day, finishing off like, getting on her knees and smiling like a donut, and, whatever happens, happens. You know, that's their ideal of submission. It's basically being a slave and a sexual slave and slave, and all that other shit. That's that's the general idea of submission that I get, the definition that I get just observing and listening to people. That in this space, in black spaces, that's what they say submission is. They. Oh, I said they. Yeah. I try to stay away from the they, them, y'all fallacies. They're annoying. But one of the they arguments is they expect us to submit for little or nothing. Or just they expect us to submit. And trust me, this argument is always coming from a side that is adversarial to this narrative of, just people who, or, mainly women who complain about men that say things about submission rather than it being actual dudes who say that women should submit. But when I hear the submission come out of a man's mouth, it's usually on the okay, if you expect, these kinds of things to happen, you might want to consider submitting to a man. Now, I'm not saying me, just somebody. And usually that's met with a, oh, hell no, I ain't got to submit, don't respect no man, blah, 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 And then, it just goes into that circular conversation. Here's my stance. I don't care if you submit. I don't care. I don't care if any of you submit, actually. But understand this. When the shit hits the fans, no one looks for a feminist. And I'll just leave it at that. So, that's my argument on submission right there. Anyway. Yeah. So, but at the end of the day, like, look, they or whoever can come to me with the with the little submission argument, and I'm not gonna care. I'm not gonna care. I don't care if none of them submit. Now, if your woman submits, there you go. But if I'm here in the space and I'm talking about, oh, submission this, submission that, submission that, I would hope that it's standing on a good foundation. Because 99% of people, and that's a made up stat, hell no. Yeah, that shit ain't, that submission argument ain't standing on shit. Because most of the people who put the argument up have the definition wrong. They make it synonymous with slavery. No, it's not slavery. It's not slavery. And I don't care if you don't submit. But if you're in a space yelling with other, I don't know, disillusioned people talking about all these niggas do is talk about submission. If you're among that crowd, then, and if it's like 500 of you, then you have to wonder whether maybe you might need some self-reflection. Shoot. I don't know how many broadcasts I've had on submission. Out of all the broadcasts that I've had, I don't think I've really had any. Because I don't care. I know what I have to do for me and mine. I will say that. What's another little them they argument that y'all love to have around here? Oh, they want to go half. they want us to go half on the bills. It's like shit. How they gonna get paid? Like shit. Like for real. It's like either you want a comfortable lifestyle or you want a super comfortable lifestyle. And here's what I say on this. It's gonna have to be both of you. It's gonna have to be both of you are either gonna have to be comfortable or both of you are gonna be super comfortable. So whether you care about the whole half argument, whether you're paying everything or she's paying half, hey, that's another one I don't give a damn about. Period. Shit. Why do I care to have this conversation? Everybody's home has different dynamics. I mean, shit. There's a lot of homes where men pay everything, but they're still goddamn unhappy. She's still a bitch. You know why? Because those dudes come to these spaces. Hold on one second. Shit. There are some people that pay half. They happy than a motherfucker. Shit. Those homes don't come forward. Not in this space because, shit, you're ashamed to do. And then you'll have one of them old shouting matches, them pull up, nigga, catch a flight. Nigga, how you gonna catch a flight? All this other shit, you know. Shit. I'm just saying I don't give a damn about the argument. What's another one? They won't take care of their kids. Okay, so easy. There's two easy ways you can get out of here. This one. Number one, don't be a deadbeat dad. if you are pursuing a lifestyle that is away from your kids and away from paying that child support, yes, you are a deadbeat dad. Don't be one. Number two, when I hear this come from a female, I automatically think she's talking about her baby daddy. These black men don't take care of their kids. No, your baby daddy doesn't take care of your child or children, or your baby daddies don't take care of the children that they have by you, or, you know, that's just a big fucking projection right there. Now, if you're a single man out there and you ain't got kids by none of these broads, you know they ain't talking about you. Shit. You know they ain't talking about you. So why even put up the discussion? These niggas ain't taking care of their kid. No, you have a kid? No, but I have friends that, all right then. Your friends, baby daddies. But I know so many. Oh, okay. You know so many people who baby daddies won't take care of their kids. But to say it's black men, nah, Black men don't take care of their kid. No. Black men don't take care of your kid. Shoot, I can't do it anymore. It's 2022. That argument is dead. These people know what they're doing. If a woman gets pregnant, it's because she wants to. Period. That ain't. Oh my God. Don't. I mean, you have the cases of assault and rape. So those are in very small percentage, but that can happen. It does happen. Outside of that, that's just choice. Outside of that, that's choice. Nah, they want to get pregnant. They want it to. And if your dumb ass stick that penis in unprotected, yeah, you wanted to get her pregnant too. So yeah, that's out the way. Don't come. No, if you're a female, don't come to me with an argument about your baby daddy. I don't care. Solve that one on your own. Like, people don't understand, like you can't just sit there and make life altering decisions and take them lightly. What's another them they argument that they love to use? So I can explain that one as well. I mean, I'm telling you, I've seen it so many times. See, Raven Knight says they honestly want people to take care of kids that are not theirs. Yeah, that's what the problem boils down to. Is like they feel as if guys are being shamed out of wanting to be with them because they are single mothers. That's why they hate spaces like this. That's why they hate black male spaces. They believe that we're making other men tell them we're making other men not want to be with them because they already had kids. Like, men have already made that decision. That like, I made that decision that I didn't want to be with a woman that had a child already. And albeit I was in my mid 30s, shit, found one and had a child, in wedlock. So it's still very possible, even if you're past 30 years old as a man, you'll see to work forever. Don't give up hope, buddy. But they believe that, well, shit, I'm into they. I just made a they argument. RPM. I stay away from any female that has ruined her life. The whole them they argument from black women usually sound like penis envy to me. Yeah. 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 A lot of these want to have the position they believe men have. No, like we have easy lives or some shit like that. I was like, okay, try being a man for a day. They'll run back to being a woman in a heartbeat. Greg, Emoji, daddy drama. Yeah. But what I'm saying is, the reason why I'm having this topic right here is because I do believe that so many of us in this space who observe this space, how we comment, we have fallen for this. So what you need to do is, well, I'm not telling you what you need to do, but what needs to happen is these people need to be called out immediately. I mean, because for imagine you not taking them seriously. You're just one person. But just put it like this. For every one of you that don't take them seriously, there are at least 5 to 10 people that are taking these people seriously. So make them conscious of the crap that they're spewing. So but I would say that is about it for tonight. Thank you once again for showing up and hanging out with me for this hour and 15 minutes. And look, here's something that I've been thinking about for my next conversation. We need to come up with a beauty standard for black. And I'm not talking about a beauty standard for men. We let the women decide that. But we need to at least talk about this, come up with some ideas. Not to say that we're in charge of it, but I keep hearing people talk about this Eurocentric beauty standard. And I wonder what the fuck these people are talking about, because I mean it's not like, it's not what people are saying. Or there was this person that was pushing this whole black men love this, they love white women, they want black women to look like white women, that's why black, and that was never us, that was never black men. But I turn around and ask this person a question: so what's the black beauty standard? These people had no idea what to say. And really, that's some WS shit at the end of the day, because they had no idea what to even say about the beauty of black people. Because they never bothered to set a standard. They're so worried about the beauty standard of others, or what they perceive as beautiful, which that's all it is at the end of the day. And they didn't take the time to appreciate us as black people, how beautiful we really were. So we're going to talk about that, and then I'm going to have some visuals for the next one. So anyway, look, like I said, thanks for tuning in once again. It's Kev, this is BMBBH. Long live the habitual line steppers. And Kev we trust. See you next time.